Hi and welcome to Jessie James Beads. I'm Jem and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about the tools that you might like to use when working with wire in jewellery making. My first tool, my favourite tool, are bent chain nose pliers. Now I've had these a very long time. You can obviously get much newer and cleaner tools to work with. The reason I choose bent chain nose pliers over any other plier as my primary tool is that they have a great access. When you're working in designs where space is tight and you want to be able to get right into the midst of the design, having a tapered tip is really important. Having a really good solid box joint as well, super important. You want to be able to use these time and time again. So mine come with these tiny little springs that just open the pliers back out after I've worked. This is indeed a great way to save strain on your wrists and hands. The flat surfaces mean that I can grip cautiously wire without marking it too heavily, but I can also exert a great deal of pressure and get right into the really important parts of my design. So your bent chain nose pliers are my first tool. My second tool are good quality cutters. Now these are flush cutters. I have had them a very, very long time, as you can see by how filthy they are, but they are super, super important. They give a lovely flush cut to the wire on the one side, so when you're coming to the end of a piece of work and you need to trim the end away, we would use the flush side to snip that end section, get rid of the tail that you don't need, and then you have a nice flat surface at the end of your work. So flush cutters are my second essential jewellery making tool. My third essential jewellery making tool are round nose pliers. Now you will need these all the time to create beautiful swirls. I just happen to have a piece of jewellery right here. And to create this beautiful swirling form, or a coil as I like to refer to them, you will need your round nose pliers to get that started. Now coils are an essential part of wire working jewellery because it means that you get to cover up bits that aren't quite as tidy as you want them, and that's why round nose pliers are my number 3 most essential jewellery making tool. Number 4 is a second pair of chain nose pliers. Now I actually love to work with one bent chain nose pliers and one set of tapered tip chain nose pliers, and in this way I have the greatest level of control opening and closing jump rings and being able to get right into the middle of my piece of jewellery. My last essential jewellery making tool are my bail makers. Now these are stepped bail makers, and you can create round forms just like with your round nose pliers. However, you've got 6 different sizes to work with. I didn't have these right at the beginning of my jewellery making journey, and finding them absolutely was a boon. It's really helpful to be able to make these different sizes, especially when you're trying to create a bail instantly or any other round form repeatedly at the same size in your jewellery making processes. So those are my 5 most essential jewellery making tools.